Good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to Vanessa's Van Life Journey. Yay! I changed the name of the channel back to Vanessa's Van Life Journey. Some of you guys are going to be happy about that. Miss Charlene wanted me to change it back. And some other people suggested that I change it back to Vanessa's Van Life Journey. And I kind of wanted to change it back to Vanessa's Van Life Journey too, for a couple of reasons. But that's not what I'm here to talk about this morning. I just got through ending my sleeping live stream on my other channel, Vanessa's Daily Live Streams. I'm still going to keep that channel as Vanessa Daily Live Streams. I like the name of that channel, and I like that I'm doing my live streams over there separate from this channel. But I'm here today to talk to y'all about a couple of things. Number one is you can run from your calling, but until you embrace your calling, everything in your life is not gonna go 100% as planned, and you're not serving your purpose if you do not embrace your calling. And I have another channel. It's called He Answers Prayers. And that was one of the first, but not the first channels that I created when I came to YouTube. Y'all ignore the stuff back here. That's for my sleeping video. But excuse me, one of the first channels that I had on YouTube, and I also had videos that went viral on that channel. Some of them I've deleted, but a couple of them I did keep on there. And I haven't posted on that channel in over 5 years, like a regular video. I haven't posted over there in 5 years. And every year, at the beginning of the year, I always say I'm going to start back posting on that channel, and I never do. So I went to go look on that channel the other day, last night to be exact. And then the other day I was thinking about something, and God put something in my spirit, because God is always dealing with me about that channel, because they say, the Bible says, they say what you do for Christ will last. And that channel is my calling. That channel is, I was reading some more comments too the other day, and somebody said, several people said, Vanessa, you're anointed. Vanessa, you're anointed. This woman is anointed. And I do know that I am anointed by God. I do know that I have a calling on my life. I do know that God uses me to help heal people, deliver people, speak peace into people's life, speak a life back into them through talking about my situation. So that is my calling, that is my purpose, and I cannot let the devil keep me from that purpose. If the devil can keep you sidetracked, get you sidetracked, if the devil can keep you busy doing something else or fighting with him, then you are not serving your purpose and your calling. And that is what the devil wants. The devil doesn't want you to serve your purpose or your calling. The devil doesn't want me to tell my story so other people could get healed and delivered. The devil is out to steal, kill, and destroy, and to capture as many souls as possible. And when you're not aligned with your calling for your life, the devil is able to capture more souls because you are not serving your purpose in the body of Christ. Salvation is just not about you being saved and you going to heaven. It's about being a disciple of Christ and being a light for Christ and helping other people come to Christ. So I said all that to say, somebody else had left a comment on the channel, and they were saying, talking about my videos that I'm posting about my mother or the lack of mother, because I don't believe that I ever had a mother. I had a donor, a surrogate, but I never had a mother. So somebody left a comment and was like, you shouldn't be talking about your mother on the internet, and you shouldn't do this, and you shouldn't do that, and you shouldn't say that. And I also heard some ignoramus comments saying that the stories that I'm telling about my mom are not my stories to tell, they are her stories to tell. I just want to let you know that you sound dumb and you sound stupid. Every story that I am telling on my channel is my story to tell. These are things that happened to me. My mother sleeping with her uncle directly impacted me because I was assaulted by that person. Some people that are ignorant, like you, some of you people out there who want to tell other people what they could talk about and what they can't talk about, you are quick to judge other people's lives based on what other people say, and other people can tell other people's story, other people can spill tea about other people. But when somebody, I really feel like there's a lot of women out there who weren't good mothers. And when I talk about my mom and the things that she did to me and my siblings, you probably did it too. And so instead of acknowledging that you weren't a good mother, you want to tell me to not speak on my mother. I had a parent that I lived in a house with that abused me, neglected me, mistreated me mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all of the forms of abuse that could take place, it took place. I lived in a home with a mother that put men before her children. I lived in a home with a mother that put sin before her children. I lived in a home with a mother that neglected her children, with a mother that had sex with her biological uncle. And this is not the end of my story. It's more to the story. So I want you guys to stay tuned. That wasn't the only ancestral relationship that my mother had willingly. And I'm going to drop a little sneak peek of a video that I'm going to do soon. My mother had children for the men that she was in a relationship with that she was related to. And that's all I'm going to say. I am going to move my story time videos, all of them, the ones that I've told on this channel, I'm going to tell them again on He Answers Prayers. I'm going to move all of my story times to He Answers Prayers. So if you are interested in my story time videos, in my healing journey of the things that I've been through as a child, as an adult, the things that I've overcome, depression, homelessness, thoughts of self-harm, subscribe to my other channel, He Answers Prayers. I'm going to link it in the comment bar below. Subscribe to that channel, and in a couple of days, I'm going to continue my story times about my mom, about my life, and nobody else can tell me what I should and should not talk about and where I should and should not talk about it. The reason why I'm moving my story times to He Answers Prayers, because I always felt like that was the place for my story times, because He Answers Prayers. I wouldn't be here if God didn't answer prayer. I wouldn't be here if God didn't give me healing from the things that I'm talking about. So I just don't want to tell my story times and leave it at that. There is healing behind my stories. There's deliverance behind my stories. There is life after these traumatic things that happened to me that could have claimed my life. There is life after those things. And so I want to tell my stories in a place that will encourage people to seek peace, to seek life, to seek joy, and to seek happiness. And this channel, Vanessa's Van Life Journey, is about my journey, not just in van life, but my journey in itself. But I always had multiple channels because I always felt like some things needed to be in its own space. And so I believe that with my story times. I believe that my stories of healing provide hope, and that hope is in Jesus, and He answers prayers. So that is where I'm moving my story times to. So if you are interested in my story times, if you're interested in the rest of my story, and for you people who want to say, oh, you need to forgive your mother, I have forgiven the woman that was my surrogate. I have forgiven the woman that brought me into the world. The fact of the matter is, I never had a mother. And I am not trying to hurt her. I'm not trying to get her attention. I'm not holding anything against her. This is my story. Telling my story saved my life, and telling my story can save other people's lives. That is what is more important than any other thing. That's the purpose that God have for it. God allowed me to go through those things because God has a calling on my life. And God told me that He's going to use my life, my stories, and my tears to save many. And I'm going to be obedient to the calling of God on my life. If my story times are not for you and you feel a certain way about them, then don't watch them. Why are you complaining about something that you have the power not to watch? Why are you speaking on something that you have no control over? You are not God. You don't know the purpose and the plan and the people's lives that God will touch. Stop letting the devil use you to interfere with the will of God, because if you keep doing that, God is gonna deal with you for trying to interfere with his work and his will. If you see somebody doing something or saying something and you do not believe that that is of God, then turn it over to God. It's not for you to judge. It's not for you to criticize. It's not for you to say whether or not that person is wicked or evil or this or that. I've turned my mother over to God, but I'm still going to tell my story. We all have that right. And I'm going to tell my story. And if you don't like it, then don't watch it. But if you do like my story times, and if you do find value in them, and if they are helping you, then subscribe to my other channel, Vanessa's Daily Live. Subscribe to my other channel, He Answers Prayers. And I'm going to film some more videos over there. And I am going to refilm the videos that I posted over here. I am going to film those videos again in the future and put them over there. But I'm just going to basically pick up where I left off. And basically where I left off was that my mother had a child for the man who assaulted me. As a child, she had a child for him, and basically my mother had a child for her uncle. And that's the next story that I'm going to tell on the other channel, He Answers Prayers. So if you want to hear that story, then subscribe to that channel. And I want to also add a disclaimer. All of the stories that I tell about my life are true stories. I would in no way, shape, form, or fashion ever add to these stories. I would never in no shape, form, or fashion lie about anything. These things actually happened to me. These were my real experiences, and I have a very forgiving heart. Also, when I take too much off of people, I can forgive you and I let it go. And God has given me a lot of healing through these situations. I used to could never, ever, ever, ever talk about these situations, ever mention these situations without bawling or crying or being a nervous wreck. God has given me deliverance, peace, and healing. And healing, deliverance, and peace is a continual journey. And I'm still on a journey of peace, deliverance, and healing. Telling my stories are a part of that. Helping others is a part of that. It all happened to me for a purpose, for God to be able to motivate and encourage somebody else in the same situation as me that feel like giving up. And that's the objective. You know, the last time I tried to hurt myself, and God saved my life. And He spoke to me and He told me, Vanessa, it's people that feel the way you do. It's people that want to do what you're doing. And just like I don't want you to do it, and I want to save you, I want to save them. And I want to use you, the things that you've been through, the things that I brought you through, to be an encouragement to them not to give up. I didn't have that in my life. I didn't have someone to tell me, Vanessa, you're going to make it. Vanessa, it's going to be okay. Vanessa, this too shall pass. I didn't have anyone else's stories to listen to and say, oh, I wasn't the only one that was going through this. I didn't have anyone to teach me how to deal with the things that were killing me on the daily. And there are other people out there. And the one thing that I took away from the last time that I tried to take my life was that Jesus spared my life as a testimony to others, because he doesn't want one soul to be lost the way that I was going to be lost forever. And so that's my commandment. That is my mission. I meant to say commission, not commandment. That is my commission from God. And I need to be about my Father's business. So my story times are going to He Answers Prayers. Please join me there. Please follow me there. Only if you are led to. If you're not interested in healing, if you're not interested in deliverance, if you're not interested in peace and joy and happiness for your life, if you're not interested in overcoming your toxic past, then just stay subscribed to Vanessa's Van Life Journey and Vanessa's Daily Live Stream. He Answers Prayers is a Christian faith-based channel. I'm a Christian. It's a channel of healing, deliverance, peace, prayer. If you're not interested in those type of things, then don't subscribe. But if you are interested in those type of things, then subscribe, and I'll be posting a video over there in a few days. Thanks for watching. Bye now.